The rumors started with a dramatic Facebook headline, a blurry screenshot, a shocking accusation. And within hours, fans of Welcome to Plathville were flooding comment sections asking the same question. Was Ethan Plath actually arrested? According to recent reports and online fact checks, there is currently no verified evidence showing that Ethan Plath was arrested for DUI or any major criminal offense connected to the viral Facebook claims. The controversy appears to have exploded after several Facebook pages posted sensational headlines claiming Ethan had been arrested after a shocking late-night incident. Some posts even described alleged DUI charges and dramatic family fallout. But many of those posts linked to questionable articles filled with vague language, missing police documentation, and what critics described as obvious AI-generated writing. One recent breakdown published by Distractify stated that no credible reporting or public legal records currently confirm the arrest rumors. The article noted that older internet rumors involving parking-related claims in Minnesota had circulated before, but even those appeared poorly sourced and unverified. That hasn't stopped the internet from spiraling. Fans across Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube immediately split into two camps. Some believed the rumors because of Ethan's very public emotional struggles following his divorce from Olivia Plath. Others argued the story sounded exaggerated from the beginning, pointing to the lack of police records, mugshots, or statements from reliable outlets. And that's exactly why the story exploded. Reality TV audiences already feel emotionally invested in the Plath family's chaos. The show built its audience around conflict, culture shock, family division, and personal breakdowns. So when a headline suddenly claims the family's oldest son was arrested, many viewers are emotionally primed to believe it before verifying the facts. The bigger issue may actually be how quickly AI-generated gossip content spreads online now. Several entertainment commentators have warned that fake celebrity arrest stories are becoming increasingly common because emotionally charged headlines generate massive engagement, even when the claims are shaky or completely unsupported. As of now, there has been no confirmed arrest announcement from law enforcement, no official statement from TLC, and no verified legal filing proving the viral Facebook claims are true. But in the world of reality television, sometimes the rumor becomes bigger than the truth itself. And for Ethan Plath, the internet may not stop asking questions anytime soon. What's especially disturbing is how quickly the conversation stopped being about evidence and started becoming entertainment. That shift happened almost immediately. Instead of people asking, "Is this confirmed?" the internet began asking something much more emotionally dangerous. What if it's true? And once that question enters public conversation, reality television audiences know exactly what happens next. Speculation becomes content. Entire YouTube channels started building theories around the alleged arrest. TikTok creators zoomed into old interviews looking for signs that Ethan was secretly spiraling. Facebook groups filled with emotional debates about whether fame had destroyed the Plath family. Some users even began connecting the rumor to unrelated moments from past seasons, treating edited television scenes like forensic evidence. It became a digital avalanche. And through all of it, one thing remained missing: proof. No confirmed booking photos surfaced. No verified police report gained traction through credible entertainment outlets. No official statement from law enforcement appeared publicly confirming the viral claims. Yet somehow, the rumor continued spreading anyway. Because emotionally, the story already felt real to people. That's the part media analysts say should concern everyone. Modern internet culture no longer waits for facts before forming emotional conclusions. Audiences react first, investigate later, if they investigate at all. And in celebrity culture, especially reality TV culture, perception often becomes more powerful than truth itself. For Ethan Plath, that creates an almost impossible situation. Because unlike major Hollywood celebrities with massive PR teams, reality television personalities often exist in a strange middle ground. They're famous enough to attract millions of opinions, but not protected enough to control the narrative once it spirals out of control. And that vulnerability has followed the Plath family for years. Ever since Welcome to Plathville first premiered, viewers became obsessed with the family's deeply conservative upbringing. The strict rules, the isolation from mainstream culture, the sheltered childhoods, the emotional tension between parents and children trying to enter the modern world. At first, many audiences viewed the show almost like cultural curiosity television. But over time, something darker emerged beneath the surface. The family's fractures became impossible to hide. Relationships deteriorated publicly. Siblings drifted apart. Emotional resentment surfaced repeatedly. Marriages collapsed. And viewers slowly realized they weren't just watching a quirky family reality show anymore. They were watching people emotionally collide with the consequences of lifelong control, fame, and public scrutiny all at once. That's why Ethan's story resonates so strongly online. To some viewers, he represents someone trying to escape the emotional structure he was raised inside. To others, he represents someone who never fully adapted to life outside it. And depending on which side viewers emotionally identify with, their interpretation of every rumor changes. Some fans see Ethan as misunderstood. Others see him as emotionally lost. And social media algorithms thrive on that division. Because controversy generates engagement. The more emotionally polarizing a public figure becomes, the more profitable their personal life becomes online. Every breakup becomes content. Every rumor becomes monetized. Every emotional struggle becomes clickable. That's why critics increasingly argue that reality television doesn't end when the cameras stop rolling anymore. The show continues 24 hours a day on social media. And in many ways, that ongoing digital surveillance may be even more psychologically brutal than filming the show itself. Imagine living under constant public interpretation. Imagine thousands of strangers analyzing your divorce, your family conflicts, your emotional expressions, your silence, your social media activity. Imagine waking up and seeing viral headlines claiming you were arrested, while millions debate your character before any facts are verified. That pressure can become psychologically overwhelming for anyone, especially someone who already spent years navigating public scrutiny. And some fans now believe Ethan's recent withdrawal from public attention may reflect exhaustion from that exact cycle. In recent months, viewers noticed he appeared increasingly distant online compared to earlier seasons. Fewer updates, fewer emotional posts, less engagement with public drama. Some interpreted that as healing. Others saw it as isolation. But after the arrest rumor exploded, even his silence became part of the speculation. That's how internet culture works now. Silence gets interpreted as guilt. Denials get interpreted as damage control. And ambiguity becomes fuel for endless theories. Meanwhile, another uncomfortable question started surfacing beneath all the chaos. Did some people actually want the rumor to be true? Because outrage culture often rewards emotional downfall stories more than peaceful recovery stories. Online audiences are drawn toward collapse, toward scandal, toward destruction, especially when the person involved has spent years as part of a controversial reality television family. And some commentators argue that Ethan became the perfect target for projection. He's recognizable enough to trend, emotionally complicated enough to analyze, private enough to speculate about, and publicly vulnerable enough that rumors feel believable. That combination is internet gold. But behind every viral headline is still a real human being, a real family, real relationships, real emotional consequences. And as this controversy keeps spreading across Facebook pages, YouTube commentary channels, and TikTok reaction videos, one unsettling reality continues hanging over the entire story. Even if the arrest never happened, the internet may have already decided what version of Ethan Plath it wants to believe, and that may be the most irreversible part of modern fame. Not the scandal itself, not the headlines, not even the rumors, but the permanent psychological imprint those rumors leave behind once millions of people emotionally absorb them. Because long after fact checks disappear, long after viral posts stop trending, audiences often remember the accusation more clearly than the correction. That pattern has destroyed reputations before. And some media experts believe reality television personalities are especially vulnerable because their entire public identity is already built on emotional exposure. Viewers feel like they know these people personally. They've watched them cry, fight, break down, fall in love, get divorced, reconcile, explode emotionally on camera. So when controversy appears, audiences don't approach it like strangers hearing news. They approach it like emotionally invested witnesses. That's exactly what made the Ethan Plath arrest rumor so combustible. The story tapped directly into years of emotional investment audiences already carried from watching Welcome to Plathville. And then something even stranger started happening online. The rumor itself began evolving. Different Facebook pages started posting different versions of the alleged story. Some claimed Ethan had been detained after a late-night traffic stop. Others suggested alcohol was involved. A few pages implied there were family insiders confirming emotional breakdowns behind the scenes. But when users started demanding actual evidence, many of those posts either became vague or disappeared entirely. That only intensified suspicion. Because now the internet had two competing narratives colliding at the same time. One side believed the posts were exposing hidden truth before mainstream media caught up. The other side believed the entire thing was manufactured engagement bait, exploiting Ethan's name for clicks and ad revenue. And honestly, both possibilities reflect a larger crisis happening across online media right now. The collapse of trust. Audiences no longer know which sources are legitimate. Social media feeds mix real journalism beside AI-generated gossip pages, manipulated headlines, recycled rumors, and emotionally deceptive content farms. Everything appears visually similar. Everything sounds urgent. Everything demands immediate emotional reaction. That environment creates perfect conditions for celebrity misinformation, especially involving reality TV stars. Because unlike A-list actors who carefully protect public images through major agencies and publicists, reality personalities often build fame through accessibility and emotional openness. Their audiences expect personal details. Their careers depend on public intimacy. But intimacy also creates vulnerability. And the Plath family may understand that better than almost anyone. For years, viewers watched the family navigate an identity crisis in real time. The original image presented on television, a deeply conservative, tightly bonded family living outside mainstream American culture, slowly fractured under public scrutiny. One by one, the children started questioning the environment they were raised in. Conflicts became public. Relationships deteriorated. Trust collapsed. And fans became emotionally divided over who was responsible. Some viewers blamed the parents. Others blamed outside influences. Others believed fame itself poisoned the family dynamic. Meanwhile, Ethan often appeared caught in the center of all of it, torn between loyalty, independence, religion, marriage, and public expectation. That emotional tension made him one of the most discussed figures on the show. The more shocking the headline, the more engagement it generates. The more emotionally charged the accusation, the faster it spreads. The more divided the audience becomes, the longer the story survives. That business model rewards outrage over accuracy every single time, which raises another uncomfortable possibility. What if the rumor was never meant to be believable? What if it only needed to be emotionally provocative enough to trigger reaction? Because in modern digital culture, attention itself has become currency. And Ethan Plath's name carries attention. Especially during periods when fans are already emotionally invested in his personal life following the highly publicized split from Olivia Plath. That divorce alone created massive online debate. Some viewers believed Olivia liberated Ethan from an oppressive upbringing. Others believed the marriage pushed him away from his family. Some sympathized with both. Others turned the separation into a cultural battlefield about religion, marriage roles, independence, and identity. The emotional intensity surrounding that breakup never truly disappeared. It simply evolved into ongoing speculation. And now, the arrest rumor may be functioning as the latest chapter in a much larger internet obsession surrounding Ethan's emotional state. But there's still one haunting question hanging over all of this. What happens to someone when millions of strangers slowly become more attached to the idea of their downfall than their recovery? Because that question cuts to the heart of something far darker than celebrity gossip. It touches the psychological machinery of modern internet culture itself. There was a time when rumors stayed local. A tabloid headline might live for a week, maybe two. Then the public moved on. But social media changed the lifespan of controversy forever. Now accusations don't simply disappear. They circulate endlessly through reposts, reaction videos, screenshots, algorithmic recommendations, and recycled commentary. A rumor no longer needs proof to survive. It only needs engagement. And once Ethan Plath's name became attached to the word arrested, the algorithm took over from there. Facebook groups reposted the story. TikTok creators dramatized it. YouTube channels packaged it into breaking news. Comment sections transformed speculation into assumed fact. Some viewers even admitted they never checked whether the claims were verified at all. Emotionally, the story already felt plausible enough to share. That may be the most chilling part of this entire situation. The internet doesn't necessarily reward truth anymore. It rewards emotional reaction. Fear spreads faster than caution. Outrage spreads faster than nuance. And scandal spreads faster than evidence. For reality television stars, that environment can become emotionally suffocating because their public identity already exists inside a blurred line between entertainment and reality. Fans don't consume them the same way they consume movie actors. They consume them almost like extended family members. People debate their marriages at dinner tables, argue about them online, take sides in divorces, analyze body language, study Instagram captions, treat silence like hidden messaging. That level of emotional surveillance creates enormous psychological pressure over time. And Ethan's public image has become especially vulnerable because his entire journey on Welcome to Plathville centered around emotional conflict and identity confusion. Viewers watched him struggle with adulthood in public. They watched him question his upbringing. They watched him lose trust in relationships. They watched his marriage deteriorate season after season. Eventually, audiences stopped seeing isolated television moments. They started building a complete psychological profile of who they believed Ethan was. And once audiences emotionally construct that profile, every future rumor gets filtered through it. That's why some people instantly believed the arrest claims. Not because they saw evidence, but because it aligned with the emotional narrative they already carried in their minds. And there's another layer to this story that many people aren't discussing enough. The financial side of outrage culture. Celebrity rumors are profitable. A shocking headline involving a recognizable reality TV figure can generate enormous traffic within hours. Facebook engagement increases advertising revenue. YouTube speculation videos attract clicks. TikTok reactions boost visibility. Entire gossip ecosystems survive financially on emotionally explosive stories, regardless of whether those stories are fully verified. That incentive structure changes everything. Because now the system rewards whoever publishes the most emotionally irresistible version of reality first. Accuracy becomes secondary. And according to media watchdogs, reality television personalities are among the easiest targets because audiences already expect dysfunction from them. Their careers are built around emotional exposure, so scandal narratives feel believable even without confirmation. That dynamic may explain why Ethan's rumor spread so aggressively compared to ordinary celebrity gossip. His public image already contained emotional instability, family conflict, divorce fallout, and years of visible tension. The rumor attached itself to existing emotional material audiences already recognized. But as speculation intensified online, some fans started pushing back hard. A growing number of viewers began accusing gossip pages of crossing ethical lines. Some argued the rumor weaponized Ethan's personal struggles for entertainment. Others pointed out how dangerous false allegations can become once they permanently attach themselves to someone's name in search engines and social media conversations. And those concerns aren't theoretical. Public perception has real-world consequences. Brand partnerships disappear. Television opportunities shrink. Mental health deteriorates. Relationships suffer. Trust erodes. Even completely false rumors can leave permanent scars once millions of people absorb them emotionally.